Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So, this is the part 4 of the standard reference book question series. I have already provided the part 1 to 3 videos. So, this video will benefit you a lot because you can directly see the questions from this video in your upcoming examination, particularly in CSIR. Because always, if you have practiced the previous year questions, you will be able to know that how the CSIR picks questions from the lines of standard reference book. So it is very important to complete the syllabus from the standard reference book. So I have already doing this for you. So if you like my efforts, you can hit the subscribe button and don't forget to watch the video till the end. So without further delay, let's start the video. So whatever I have included the questions in part 3. So this is in continuation. So if you have not watched the part 3 video, so kindly watch that video, solve some question and then we will see. So let's solve some question. So the first question is, what is the approximate length of microRNAs, that is miRNAs, involved in RNA interference? So it is approximately 22 nucleotides. So you have to remember that microRNAs have an approximate length of only 22 nucleotide and a double-stranded RNA that can regulate the gene expression by inhibiting translation or promoting the mRNA degradation via RNA-induced silencing complex, that is RISC. So always remember this: small interfering RNA and gene silencing all are the favorite topic of CSIR. So many questions are asked related to this topic. So you have to remember that जो miRNA होता है वो 22 न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स का होता है and it is responsible for the inhibition of the whole translation process, and also it can lead to the mRNA degradation through which complex, through the RNA induced silencing complex, and also it is double stranded RNA. So you also have to remember every little detail which will help you to solve the part C question. Now the next question. So the next question is, which two nucleases are involved in the processing of precursor miRNAs, that is microRNA? Cas9 and DROSA, Dicer and DROSA, RNase H and Cas12, RNA polymerase 2 and Dicer. So which two nucleases are involved in the processing of precursor miRNA? So it is none other than the Dicer and DROSA. So miRNA precursors are processed in a sequential manner. So DROSA, which is present in our nucleus, cleaves the pre-miRNA into pre-miRNA. Dicer, which occurs in the cytoplasm, process the pre-miRNA into mature 22 nucleotide miRNA duplexes. So if you remember the role of the DROSA and the Dicer, because most of the time it is asked in the CSIR exam. Of these enzymes are involved in the biogenesis of microRNA. यानी इन दोनों के बिना, ये दोनों एंजाइम्स के बिना माइक्रोआरएनए का सिंथेसिस नहीं हो पाएगा. सो माइक्रोआरएनए क्या है? माइक्रोआरएनएज आर द स्मॉल आरएनए मॉलिक्यूल्स. अभी जस्ट हमने पढ़ा इट इज ओनली 22 न्यूक्लियोटाइड double stranded RNA. So it can regulate the gene expression. Now DROSA act in the nucleus processing the primary miRNA. pre-miRNA क्या है? प्राइमरी mRNA. उसे क्या करता है? प्रोसेस करता है एंड ये न्यूक्लियस में होता है. सो ये करेगा क्लीव किसे? प्राइमरी miRNA को इनटू द प्रिकर्सर pre-RNA. pre-miRNA मींस प्रिकर्सर miRNA. एंड देन इसके बाद क्या होगा? डाइसर का रोल आएगा. डाइसर कहाँ होता है? साइटोप्लाज्म में. So it further processes these miRNA into mature functional miRNA. यानी प्राइमरी miRNA से क्या बना? प्रिकर्सर miRNA. एंड उससे क्या बना? उससे फाइनली एक मेच्योर 22 न्यूक्लियोटाइड लॉन्ग miRNA डुप्लेक्सेस बन जाता है, which will play a role in RNA interferencing, and also it plays a critical role in gene regulation. So now next question. Which protein complex incorporates miRNA to guide mRNA silencing? Ribosome, spliceosome, RISC or exosome? So this is very easy question. This is asked so many times. So this is an important one. You can directly see this question in CSIR ka B section. RISC is the right answer. RISC stands for RNA induced silencing complex. So क्वेश्चन में ये पूछा गया है कि कौन सा प्रोटीन कॉम्प्लेक्स mRNA के साथ में गाइड करता है mRNA का साइलेंसिंग. सो इट इज दी one strand of the processed miRNA is loaded into the RISC, which will use the miRNA as a guide to find and silence complementary mRNAs either by blocking translation or degradation of mRNA. जो मैं फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में बताई थी कि mRNA का रोल क्या होता है, ये इसका रोल क्या होता है, जैसे कि मैंने फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में बताया था, इट विल इधर ब्लॉक ट्रांसलेशन और इट विल डिग्रेड दी mRNA. सो इसका यही फंक्शन होता है. सो एक स्ट्रैंड जो miRNA का होता है वो लोड होता है रिस्क में और फिर एक एज अ गाइड काम करता है, यानी सर्च करता है कि कहाँ पे जाके बाइंड होके हमें अपना जो फंक्शन है वो करना है. सो राइट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज रिस्क. नाउ so the next question is, what is the estimated number of miRNAs encoded in the human genome? 50, 100, 1000, 10,000. So it is around 1000. It means human genome encodes approximately 1000 distinct miRNA, many of which lie within introns of protein coding genes. So see, we have already studied a sequence of question. अगर आप डायरेक्टली फोर्थ पार्ट देखते हैं तो हो सकता है कि आपको कोई चीज़ लगे कि डायरेक्टली आ रहा है. सो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट कि पार्ट 1 से स्टार्ट करें, एंड दिस इज द रीजन आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग द क्वेश्चंस इन सीरीज वाइज, लाइक पार्ट 1, पार्ट 2, पार्ट 3, एंड दिस इज द पार्ट 4. So we have approximately 1000 distinct miRNA, which lie most of the out of the 1000 distinct miRNA, most of the miRNA lies within the introns of protein coding genes. Each miRNA can target up to 100 mRNAs, influencing gene expression broadly. It means एक single miRNA target कर सकता है 100 mRNA को, and इसकी वजह से ही बहुत ज़्यादा you can say it controls the gene expression at a very wide range. बहुत ज़्यादा ये control करता है हमारा gene expression. As in this question, the approximate number of miRNA has been asked. So let's see the ENCODE project. उसका summary देख लेते हैं जिससे कि आपको बहुत सारे questions देखने को मिलेंगे. Summary of ENCODE results are, protein coding genes are around 20,000, approximately 20,000 है. 20 के आप याद रख सकते हैं, एकदम exact number याद रखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Short non-coding RNAs are 8,801, as pseudogenes are approximately 11,000, and percentage of genome transcribed into RNA are 74.7%, and percentage of genome binding transcription factors are only 8.1%. तो ये क्वेश्चन भी हमने सॉल्व किया था कि ह्यूमन में कितने परसेंट जीनोम का जो जीन है वो ट्रांसक्राइब होता है आरएनए में. सो हमने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया था, इट इज़ अप्रोक्सीमेटली 75%. सो इस टाइप के आपको क्वेश्चंस बहुत ज़्यादा देखने को मिल सकते हैं. तो बेसिकली जो एनकोड प्रोजेक्ट था, इट इज़ द एनसाइक्लोपीडिया ऑफ डीएनए एलिमेंट इन द ह्यूमन जीनोम. So the next question is, what is the function of XIST RNA, a long non-coding RNA? It enhances translation of X-linked genes. It acts as a miRNA precursor. It inactivates one chromosome in female cells. It initiates DNA replication. So if you remember, or if you have solved PYQ, so this is asked most of the time in CSIR C section as well as in B section. C section में जब आता है तो थोड़ा सा twist करके आता है. So basically, this XIST RNA is a long non-coding RNA. It means long non-coding. L for long, NC means non-coding. Long non-coding RNA है ये, that plays a crucial role in X chromosome inactivation, XCI. It means X chromosome inactivation in female. Females में जो एक X क्रोमोसोम को इनएक्टिवेट करने का जो रोल होता है वो कौन करता है? दिस RNA regulates. So XI is a process that compensate for the difference in X chromosome dosage between male and female. So यहाँ पे एक और कॉन्सेप्ट आ जाता है जिसे हम कहते हैं डोसेज कंपनसेशन. जैसा कि हमको पता है कि मेल में एक X होता है, एक Y होता है, बट इन फीमेल्स वी हैव बोथ हैव X. यानी अगर मेल में सिर्फ एक ही एक्स है एंड अगर फीमेल में दो एक्स है और दोनों ही एट अ टाइम एक्सप्रेस होंगे, इट मीन्स कि जो जीन्स है वो ओवर एक्सप्रेस होंगे फीमेल में, एंड इससे क्या होगा? एक बैलेंस नहीं होगा. सो एक एक्स क्रोमोसोम फीमेल्स का इनएक्टिवेट होता है, एंड द इनएक्टिवेशन इज डन बाय दिस लॉन्ग नॉन कोडिंग आरएनए, दैट इज दिस वन XIST RNA. So this is again an important one. So the right answer for this question is it inactivates one X chromosome in female cells. So XIST is a 17 kb long non-coding RNA that codes the in female mammals, leading to transcriptional silencing, a process known as X chromosome inactivation for dosage compensation. As I told you, XCI. Now moving on to the next question. Long non-coding RNAs are typically defined as being less than 100 nucleotides, exactly 22 nucleotides, greater than 200 nucleotides, or double-stranded DNA segment. So, जो long non-coding RNAs होते हैं, they are generally greater than 200 nucleotides. So, long non-coding RNAs are defined as non-coding RNA transcript more than 200 nucleotides long. So, this is the reason they are known as long, because their size is approximately more than 200 nucleotides. So they are involved in gene regulation, chromatin remodeling and a process known as X inactivation. So जब भी ये बात आएगी long non-coding RNA की, you have to remember the dosage compensation. यानी फीमेल्स का एक X क्रोमोसोम को साइलेंस करने का काम कौन करता है? यही long non-coding RNA करता है. Now according to the latest finding, approximately how many long non-coding RNAs are transcribed from the human genome? So it is approximately 50K. High throughput sequencing has revealed the presence of over 50,000 distinct long non-coding RNA in the human genome, more than the total number of protein coding gene. So right answer क्या है? 50K. All these questions are very important. Don't miss it, because इनमें से कुछ भी क्वेश्चन आपको B सेक्शन में 100% श्योर है कि मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. Now one more question. Which of the following is not a known function of miRNA? Translation repression, splicing of pre-mRNA, mRNA degradation और regulation of development and cell proliferation. So इनमें से कौन सा फंक्शन माइक्रो आरएनएज नहीं करते हैं? ट्रांसलेशन रिप्रेशन ये तो करते ही हैं. जीन रेगुलेशन करने के लिए वन ऑफ द मेथड ऑफ जीन रेगुलेशन इज ट्रांसलेशनल रिप्रेशन. साइलेंसिंग ऑफ प्री एमआरएनए ये भी करते हैं. एमआरएनए डिग्रेडेशन ये भी करते हैं. ये तीनों तो वो करते ही हैं, इन्हीं का ही मोड ऑफ एक्शन है टू कंट्रोल द एक्टिविटीज ऑफ जीन. नाउ फोर्थ क्या है? रेगुलेशन ऑफ डेवलपमेंट एंड सेल प्रोलिफरेशन. इनमें कोई रोल नहीं है एमआईआरएनए का, बिकॉज दे आर डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व इन जीन रेगुलेशन थ्रू translation repression, splicing of pre-mRNA, mRNA degradation. So all these are function of the miRNA, but the regulation of development and cell proliferation is not the function of miRNA. It is done by the different factors in the cell. So this is all for today. I hope you liked it. If you like my efforts, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thank you so much for watching.